All right.
You ain't getting a virgin.
I didn't expect that. All right. Welcome to the program. Welcome to the Crighton.
Thank you. It's a beautiful theater.
Is this the first time you've been here?
First time I've ever been here. You know, I went to the University of Houston many years ago. We've worked all around the area. My son-in-law is from Conroe, but I've never been here.
Wow.
And it'll never be the same. I mean, my Lord, I got to hear Ray Price sing at the Crighton, so everything else will come in second place.
It's amazing. Well, you know, tell me that story again that you had with Ray Price.
I was just a kid. I was 16 years old. I was working out at the petrochemical. I'm from Odessa.
Right.
Working at the petrochemical complex
Sure.
out there. I had a little blue Morris Minor convertible from the same people make MGs, Morris Garage, and I think gasoline was $25. So I was coming home. I'd been to work at 12-hour shift, 6 in the morning, and it was about 6:30 that afternoon. Coming home from Odessa around the southwest side, and I stopped at a little Gulf station or something to put a couple of bucks in there. And there's my little blue Morris Minor, and in pulls this big 94-foot black limousine. The door opened, and these black alligator boots stepped down. And I saw that, and then Cary Grant got out of the limo, but it wasn't Cary Grant, and I didn't know who it was. You know, we were old gospel singers. We didn't know any about rock and roll music or about country. We really didn't. I mean, you know, a little bit, but I didn't know who the gentleman was.
Right.
But I thought he was the most stately, you know, classy, handsome movie star dude I'd ever seen. And I went on home that night. I was reading the sports page and going through the paper like I did every night. And there was this guy that I had just seen. It was the Right Reverend Ray Price.
Right. So you didn't know his music, right?
No, because, you know, it was a very strict, our religion was very strict, you know, and we didn't go to dances.
Nope.
And, you know, drop my hat. Ray Price knocked my hat in the creek. But, you know, so we didn't, what music I listened to was a little radio station there that played a little rock and roll, you know, Jimmy Clanton and Brenda Lee and people like that. And well, who were some of the, you know, Bobby Vinton, that kind of stuff. The Dick Clark, you know.
Yes.
But you wouldn't be caught dead playing country music back then. But I'll tell you what Mr. Price does is it transcends any genre or any, you can't label it. Yes, he's a country singer and a damn good one, but he has taken us, I thanked him tonight when I got to visit with him, you know, took us country music took us from the dance hall to Carnegie Hall.
Yes.
And he's a wonderful gentleman. I'm so grateful that his health is doing better. He complained tonight about having a cold. Like I said, if he got a cold, where do I get one?
I wish I could sing that well with the cold.
Oh, and he's a wonderful gentleman, very humble. He's funny, very clever, and just a good soul. I really do have great respect and just love the old codger. I really do.
Amazing. Did you always know you were going to get into music?
Well, I always wanted to. You know, when we were kids, we started singing. I did when I was 3 years old. Sure. And then the brothers, when they were born, we were 2, 4, and 6. We won a little talent show in Abilene, Texas, before we moved out to Odessa. It's always been in my heart. I mean, you know it. I mean, I went to law school. It's hard to know how to get in the music business. How do you get in? I mean, we didn't have American Idol back then.
Right.
So, but it all worked out. So it's good.
No, it's amazing. What advice would you give to up-and-comers?
Kenny Rogers said something a long time ago. I heard him say, somebody asked him the same question. He said, do it because you love it.
Oh, yes.
Then give yourself X amount of time, 5 years, 10 years, whatever. And if you make it, whatever that means, great. If you don't make it, you loved it.
Right.
You haven't wasted your time. You cannot lose that way. It's a very difficult. It's not the right word. It is tiring. But if you complain about it, I'll tell you what's tiring. Tiring is being on a drilling rig like my daddy had to do for 30 years, or being in a coal mine. That's tiring.
Well, you know, unless you love it. Unless you love it. You know, I mean, I'm a petroleum engineer. You know what? But I love it. Well, and if you love going to work, and I hope you love going to work, but this is your workplace.
Well, that'll say about the man who loves his job is always on vacation.
That's right. Absolutely.
The advice, it's a difficult business to get in. I've had people, you know, want to send me tapes and all of this. Right. And every year at the CMA Awards thing, there are thousands of people with little booth, you know, and the little girls have little pink hats and pink boots, and they've got their little pink. It's a tough gig. The music business is different than it was.
Yes.
But on the other side of that, the internet thing has, in other words, go to Facebook. Oh,
that's right.
Gatlin Brothers Facebook.
Go to YouTube where we are.
Yeah, all that. YouTube, Facebook, all the social media.
Right.
So they're, I really feel bad about that collar because I want to be cool like Elvis. Maybe if I button up on too much chest hair. All right.
Does that look better? Okay, it's better. But no, I think almost anything that, first of all, I mean, that you love this.
Yeah.
It's great. But a lot of people love a lot of things that they do. Sometimes it doesn't love them back. Well,
the world is a very strange place. We know that, especially from the last few days. I mean, I don't want to date.
No.
But there is tragedy out there.
Yes.
The thing is, we hear about 24/7 because of social media. Because of, I mean, hey, if you don't think that life is tragic, you should ask my little half Cherokee Indian grandmother who had 12 kids without any anesthetic, and whose grandmother was killed by the white man coming this way. Come on, we need to look back. Our nation and the world is a violent place.
Yes.
We see it. We see the tragedy in our face 24/7. So my heart goes out to those people suffering up there. And guess what? It's happening in Brooklyn right now on a much lesser scale. It's happening in Chicago. It's happening in Houston. People are dropping through the cracks and falling through the crack and hurting.
But we cannot let evil win. We cannot let evil win.
No, you do the best you can to brighten that little corner where you are.
Yes.
And the brothers and I have tried to do that with our music, and we've gotten letters from, I can't tell you how many that have said, "Hey, it got us through a hard time," or something like that. So, the money's nice. I spent all of it. I don't care. I ain't got any left. I mean, I'm not down to bread and milk money.
Yeah.
But when you think about making millions and millions of dollars and going through it, but I love my life.
Yeah.
A lady helped me get a cab in the airport today. She was driving the van, and I gave her $20. She helped me, and you'd have thought I'd given her the Hope Diamond.
Right.
It's $20. It's dirty paper with writing on it.
Yeah.
But it just so happens I had more dirty paper with writing on it than she did, and she needed it. That made me a good guy? Nah, it made me a guy who wanted to help the lady. She was helping me. So that's what I think it's about. Do unto others.
Absolutely.
10, they're called the 10 Commandments, not the 10 Suggestions.
Did you get that from your mom or your dad?
Both sides.
Both sides. Really.
Both Christian parents and grandparents. I'm very, very grateful for. I have not always been living at the foot of the cross. You know what I mean? But God is merciful. Yes. He forgives us our trespasses, and we're supposed to continue in His footsteps and try to do the best we can.
Absolutely.
For our neighbor.
Are you more like your mom or your dad?
I look more like my dad. Blue eyes and curly hair and just cute as can be. I really don't know. I think I got, good things from both of them, and they're both kind of half ornery, but that's all right.
Hey, you need a little bit of that, right?
I mean, I never would say no. I wanted to go do this, and we're going to go do that.
Well, if you grew up in Odessa, I mean, you have to be pretty
tough,
right? You got to be pretty tough.
A lot of good people out there.
It's like Dallas-Fort Worth, right? Midland's kind of like the management, and Odessa's blue collar.
Blue collar, blue.
Like it says, see? No, absolutely.
I'm sleepy. Ask me a good question.
A good question. You know what? When you come to these towns like Conroe or, Dime Box, what is it? You traveled a lot. You've been all over the place. What is it about these places, that are different or new that gives you energy?
Were you there tonight when I sang?
Yeah, absolutely. I was there. I was in that crowd, fourth row.
Did you see how quiet those people got?
Yeah.
You see how they sang along with Jesus Loves the Little Children for those people?
Because it was here. It was in our hearts.
Well, they knew that they could sense that I was sincere about it, and that how much. And then moving into the little story about Mr. Price and my respect for him. If you're honest with him, or if you're really good enough at fooling, one of the two things.
Well, true.
And I'm not going to fool them. Yeah. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I go out there. They know I'm no different than they are. I don't put on airs. I just sing the music. I love people. I love this. That's what God put me here.
Comes from the heart. Absolutely.
There's a difference. You'll love this. There's a difference between a job and a calling. Mm-hmm. I believe we are called of God and given His mercy and our abilities. And good night.
Thank you so much for being here.
Merry Christmas and New Year and holidays. And bye. You're a good guy. I like you.